Maybe you clicked on this video looking for tips to start working out as a beginner, or maybe you're experienced and want to improve in your lifts. I'm making this video so that anyone can take away from it. I've been lifting seriously for about 3 years. Over those years, I've learned a lot from videos, people at my gym, and friends I talk about lifting with. At college, I'm in a club called Muscle Building Club, so obviously I'm an expert in the field. Whether you're looking to change your workout split or find better exercises, improve your diet, or just look good for the summer, I'm confident you can gain something from these series of videos. And yes, this is part 1 in a several-part series of gym videos. And since the algorithm blessed me with your presence today, I figured I'd go ahead and share what's been working for me, what I've learned, and some tips that I wish someone had told me when I was out doing bicep curls on the squat rack. So corny. So, if you've ever walked in the gym and stared at 6'7",
I just bit right on the highway.
When you stared at a bunch of machines and thought, bro, what even is a lat? Well, don't worry, you're not alone. The easiest way to not wander around like a lost NPC is to follow a split. And that just means breaking up your workouts by muscle groups so you're not here doing arms for the 5th day in a row just because you don't want to train legs. Here's what I've been running lately. Chest and back, SHARMs, which is bodybuilder talk for shoulders and arms, and legs. The most common split, though, is a push-pull legs routine. And as the name suggests, you can do push exercises on the first day, so these can include triceps, front delt exercises, and chest exercises. Pulling exercises on the second day, which can include back, bicep, and side or rear delt exercises. Your delts are just another word for your shoulders. And legs, which are usually sets of squats till you cry, sets of curls or extensions on legs until you fall down the stairs, or whatever other masochistic exercises you like doing. For beginners, you could start with 3 days a week. Push on Monday, pull on Wednesday, and legs on Friday. And if you're feeling cocky and you think you're better than me, go 6 days a week. Contrary to the title of this section, ego lifting is one of the worst things you can do in the gym. This goes for both strong and weak people. For those of you who don't know, ego lifting is basically taking the heaviest weight you can possibly support and half-assing a motion in order to look good in front of some girls or guys or whatever. In reality, you look really stupid and you risk getting a nasty injury. Now I know it's tempting when the 230-pound monster next to you is aura farming with 225 on the incline bench press, and you're thinking, hey, maybe I can do that too. Be smart while you're still growing, and don't worry, someday you'll be the big guy throwing around weight to show off in front of that lady who works behind the check-in desk at Planet Fitness. Progressive overload is a concept that sounds too sciencey for beginning lifters. I completely understand because I too was stupid when I started in the gym. In reality, this is a fairly simple technique that basically guarantees you build muscle and or strength. If you go to the gym and do the same 3 sets of 10 with the same weight every week for 6 months, congrats, you've entered your maintenance arc. You're not really progressing. Progressive overload means you gradually increase the stress you built on your muscles. And that could be adding more weight per exercise, adding more reps per exercise. These two actually give off the same effect, so you don't have to worry about one being better than the other. You can also add more sets, so maybe increase your sets from 2 to 4. You can also have shorter rest time, but not too short. Basically, just take your rest time by the size of the muscle. Shoulders, for example, are a small muscle, so they only need like 30 seconds of rest, compared to quads, which are much bigger, and you might need a minute or a minute and a half to rest those. Also, focus on better form as well as time under tension, which I can get into more detail into a later video, but we'll save that for another time. I track my sets and my progressive overload in my notes app, so I'll just put in the date, lift, reps, and weight. Nothing fancy, obviously. It helps you stay consistent, and it gives you a little bit of a dopamine hit when you see the number go up. I know there are some apps online that you can use to track your lifts, like a video game or whatever, which makes it pretty cool. You can be like plat rank in the deadlift or diamond 3 in bench or something. I like keeping it easy personally, but feel free to use those apps and Sung Jin Woo yourself in the powerlifting competitions. This is pretty straightforward. Your body uses protein to rebuild muscles after you break them down during your workouts, so eating enough protein is crucial to building better muscles. A rule of thumb I follow personally is aiming for 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you get too much, there's kind of a cap on how much your body can really process. You can have more than 1 gram per pound of body weight, but if you're eating like 400 grams of protein and you're not 400 pounds for whatever reason, like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. In the same essence, if you get too little protein, your muscles will not grow. There's a lot more I can get into regarding protein and nutrition, other supplements and stuff that I take, but I'll also say that for another video, so keep an eye out for that one. If you're not sleeping, you're not adequately recovering. And if you're not recovering, you're not growing. Simple as. You can train like Arnold all you want, but if you're staying up till 4 in the morning gooning to Zenless Zone Zero, don't come crawling back to me when you don't see any progress in the gym. Try for 7 to 9 hours a night. I'm a college student, and I'd assume many of you are as well. And I know that asking for enough sleep is like asking for your crush's number, like it's never going to happen. Nonetheless, it's really helpful to get good sleep as your muscles can properly rebuild and you'll have more energy overall going into your workouts. I say this while recently being diagnosed with anxiety. No one cares. If you go to the gym, hop on the squat rack, and fail your first rep because the person before you forgot to re-rack their weights, 1, kill them, and 2, no one really cares. Sure, you do look silly for forgetting to set the right weight, and sure, it may look like that girl who always works out at the same time as you is trying to hide her laugh, but in reality, none of that matters. People are too busy judging themselves. You may have failed your PR, but I look like an idiot on the hip abductor machines, and I'm gonna care a hell of a lot more about that than I do about you, no offense. Also, the only time people really do look at you or care about you is if they think you're doing well, or if you're trying really hard. I always try to compliment other people at the gym when I can, because once upon a time, a compliment would really make my day. The gym is supposed to be a fun place to work out. Don't take it too seriously, and you'll enjoy lifting a lot more. Don't expect to see some radical changes in your physique or strength after living for a few weeks or even a few months. Just be consistent with your workouts, improve your technique when you can, watch Mike Israetel every day, and watch me every day as well, and you'll start seeing progress. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. I'll definitely be posting more videos about lifting techniques and nutrition and whatnot, but share your thoughts in the comments and shoot out some topics if you'd like. Drink lots of water and have a great day.